Hi everyone, I'm here today to talk to you about ProMed HR Solutions, the life of an ultrasound locum and how you can explore Canada while doing what you love. My name is Shelley Morris and I am a diagnostic medical sonographer. I did my x-ray training at Mohawk College where I graduated in 1993. I worked for 7 years in x-ray before I went back and did my ultrasound training at the Michener Institute where I graduated in 2001. So over the past 20 years, I've really been focusing my career on ultrasound. And for the past 5 years, I've been working as a full-time ultrasound locum. I've also been working with ProMed HR Solutions, a Canadian-based agency, for the past 4 years. So why did I decide to locum? For me, the number one thing was the adventure. I absolutely love to travel and explore new places and meet new people. And I now have a countrywide network of friends. I've been able to expand my ultrasound knowledge and challenge myself in my profession. I also love the change of pace. Some places I work are more geared towards general or OB or interventional, which I absolutely love. I've also had the opportunity to work in large and small facilities. One of my absolute favorite things about working as a locum is the flexible schedule. You only work when you want to work, and that is fantastic because you can take any time you want off as long as you want. One of the great things about locuming is it's wonderful for people who are looking to retire but don't want to completely get out of the field. I also get to visit my family and friends in the areas that I'm locuming in, and I've also had family come visit me when I've been locuming. Another wonderful thing about locuming is, of course, the great pay. So why exactly are ultrasound locums needed? So there's many different reasons, and some of those are maternity coverage, sonographer injury, staffing shortages, leave of absence, backlog of patients, natural disasters, and vacation coverage. So there are some things to take into consideration if you're wanting to locum. The first and foremost, I would say, is the provincial ultrasound licensing. With provinces going to self-regulation, you do need to make sure that you are properly licensed to work in the provinces that you're looking at working in. There's also agency affiliation if you would like to work through a company such as ProMed HR Solutions. You will need to get a criminal record check, and you do need to keep on top of your professional liability insurance and your CPDs. When you're a locum, you don't get benefits and you don't get pension. So there are some things to take into consideration for travel insurance, healthcare, pension, and taxes. And I can tell you, I have a great accountant and financial advisor that help me take care of all of that. There's also the consideration of downsizing. Although this isn't for everyone, it was a really great thing for me. When I decided to locum full time, I decided I didn't need my great big house and a big mortgage and things like that. So I downsized, bought a smaller place, got rid of my mortgage, so I still have a place to call home, yet I don't have to worry about the upkeep and overhead. You also have to have the ability to adapt. So for each place that you go into, you have to use whatever equipment they're using, their packs, their wrists, and you also have to go by their protocols. So you have to be able to quickly adapt. You also may need to teach students, and you may want to consider the weather because if you're not a really cold person, you may not want to go and locum in, say, the Yukon in the middle of the winter. There's also the consideration of city versus remote. If you're a city person and you don't like wide open spaces, then you probably don't want to go to a very remote place. So just take those things into consideration when you're picking where you want to locum. So the services that ProMed HR Solutions offers as an agency is they have an amazing support staff that deal with the client directly for all the contracts. So they deal with the hospitals, clinics, you don't have to deal with them directly for contracts. They also do all of the booking of your flights, accommodations, and transportation to get to and from your locums. They have a really easy online app for your timesheets and expenses that you can do right on your phone. They have highly competitive compensation. They also offer bonus payouts for long-term stays. So if you're willing or able to locum for 3 or 4 weeks, you will receive a bonus. They offer direct payment right into your bank account. And there is also a referral fee if you have friends that you think would be interested in locuming. So, what's included in the duration? So, when you locum, all of your travel costs, such as flights and taxis, are all included. Also, your accommodations when you're staying for the locum is all taken care of. You don't have to worry about it, it's all included. Now, when it comes to duration, it's based on the contract. So, some places, if they just need vacation coverage for somebody who's taking off for 1 week, they may only need 1 week. Or there are facilities that are so understaffed that they know they're going to need people for longer term. So, they do have contracts that go up to 1 year. For ProMed, they do prefer us to do a minimum of 2 weeks, just with all of the transportation and everything that goes into putting a locum somewhere. It's better if you have a 2 week minimum. So, what kind of accommodations are you provided with? So, it depends on where you go. Some of them are hotels, Airbnbs, private homes, or shared and private hospital accommodations. So the pictures on this slide are actually from a locum that I did in La Ronge, northern Saskatchewan. And there was a beautiful 2 bedroom condo that was right on the water where I got to see sunrises and sunsets every day and the float planes coming in, landing on the lake, and taking off from the lake. So this has been one of my favorite locums to go to, and it was absolutely a gorgeous accommodations that we had there. I absolutely loved it. So I think the key to locuming and enjoying locuming is to really immerse yourself and get involved. So things that I do before I go to an area is I research the area. I go on Wikipedia and TripAdvisor to see what the population's like, the history, what there is to do in the area, what kind of restaurants are in the area. I also love to travel and explore. So usually when I arrive at a locum, the first place I go to is the Tourist Information Center and get information on the area and things I might like to do or see while I'm there. You also get the opportunity to go on social events with the local staff. You go out for dinners with them. I've been out hiking with them and doing other things with the local staff. There's also outside of the hospital, there's meetups and local groups that you can get involved in and do things while you're there. I've also volunteered at some of my locum opportunities in such things as the hockey canteen, fundraising events, and things like that. You also get to go to festivals if those are things that you're interested in, like music and art in the different areas. And I've also been to concerts and comedy and theater shows. So I really do love to get immersed in the area that I'm in so that I enjoy it more. So, of course, when you're traveling away from home, you want to keep in touch with friends and family. So, the number one way I do that, which I'm sure everybody is now into with COVID, is video chatting. So, it's my number one lifeline and it's free, which is fantastic. I also am on Facebook and I'm always posting my adventures on there. I also started a travel blog last year to go over all of my locuming and my travel stories. So, I blog on there. I make time to come home. So I make sure I'm not away too much, that I'm missing home too much. So I always make time to come home, especially for special events and things like that. I visit friends and family in the area. So I actually really enjoy going to locum in areas where I have family because I can go visit them. I've also brought family to me, which is a lot of fun. And it's also great for attending conferences, such as the Sonography Canada conference. If you know Sonography Canada is going to be in a certain area, then you may want to coincide your locuming with when conferences are on. So you can locum as well as go to the conference and not have to pay for the airfare out of your own pocket. So that's a really good positive thing about locuming. So, where have I been so far with ProMed? I have been in a few places. So, I've been in La Ronge, in Saskatoon, and Saskatchewan. I've been out to New Brunswick and St. John and St. Stephen. I've been up to Whitehorse in the Yukon. I've been in Thunder Bay, Fort McMurray, High Level, and Edmonton, Alberta. So many different places and looking to expand on that in the future as well. So my most recent locum, which is where I am actually right now as I'm recording this webinar, is I'm in Thunder Bay, Ontario. So I've been up to Thunder Bay several times. With ProMed over the past 4 years, I have actually done 16 locums. So this is my 16th locum. So I'm up here in Thunder Bay, and here at the hospital, they do mainly general scanning, vascular, MSK, and GYN in our department, and a little bit of OB, mostly things that come through Emerge. There's 5 ultrasound rooms in the department that I'm working in, and they have a fantastic team of local and locum sonographers. And at this particular location, which is a little bit different from other ones I've worked at, we actually do days, evenings, and weekends. So the schedule changes, whereas most of the locums I've worked before has just been straight days. So this is one of the unique ones where we do a little bit of shift work and some weekends here and there. They do have students here, so we have students on day shift. And the main place that we have right now for accommodations, and these are the pictures at the bottom, is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom main floor of a beautiful house in a very nice residential area. So over my various different times in Thunder Bay, there's different things that I've done while I'm here. It's a really great place to come because there's a lot to do around here. So there's tons of hiking and there's lots of waterfalls, which I absolutely love. It's like my number one thing that I do is hiking. I also visit with friends and family. So I do have family that lives in the area, and I have several friends up here as well. I got the opportunity to do my first try at ice climbing while I was here. And I've been exploring the restaurants, craft brewery, Prime Gelato, which is made right here in Thunder Bay, which is fantastic, and some of the local legends of baked goods are the Persian and Sally Ann and the Finnish pancakes here in Thunder Bay. I've done a ton of sightseeing in Graffiti Alley, the Terry Fox Monument, Sleeping Giant, the Blue Ice, the International Friendship Gardens, the Marina, and the lakefront. You can drive down to Mission Island and you can watch all the deer, and the deer will be all around your vehicle and come up to you, and you can feed them carrots, which is great. The Thunder Bay Country Market is really a lot of fun on Saturday mornings and Wednesday afternoons. They have Rib Fest in the summers, and I've also gone snowboarding here with the local staff. I've also done cross-country skiing and snowshoeing while I've been up here. And another unique thing that I've done up here that I had never done before was a float, which is a flotation therapy center, which was a very unique experience for me. And that's a lot of fun. So there is a lot to do in Thunder Bay. So these are just a couple of the pictures that I've taken over the trips that I've done up here. So again, a very wide variety of things that you can do in Thunder Bay. So I just want to thank you so much for listening to this webinar about locuming. I hope it has been informative. And if you would like, you can definitely reach out to me directly. You can check out my blog, and I have a lot of locuming stories on my blog that go into much more detail about things that I do at nomadicshelley.com, or you can email me at info@nomadicshelley.com if you have specific questions or you want to get in touch with me. And I am also on Instagram. And if you would like, definitely go to promedhrsolutions.com and you can check out their website and you can submit your application through them. If you have any questions, you can also ask them. So again, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed the webinar, and please think about locuming, and it's a great way to further your career.